Mhm. Okay, and mm, hold on. What's going on?
Yeah, we're live. We're live.
Okay, we're live. I don't hear the echo. I was getting so tired of that. Okay, we're live at Sharpshooter Show. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Sharpshooter Show. Glad to have everybody on. I'm your host, Miss G. We got some things to talk about tonight, and we got another uh something else going on this evening, like we did last week. So we're gonna keep have it going on until at least until voting is over, because we are building voting power. We are building voting power, rallying around our people to get them to vote. But again, thanks for joining. Share out on your platforms, whatever you have, Instagram, TikTok, what else is there? Facebook, Snapchat. I don't know. There's so many of things out there. I don't even know how to use most of those things. But anyway, thank you guys for being on. Thank you, Miss Elnora Gavin. Trustee Gavin is with us again tonight. Yay! She always has good things, important things to say to us, to our community about our school district. And I see Miss Tiana Waddell is on. Thank you for joining us, Miss Tiana. And Tamel Green is here. Hey, Tamel. Good to have you guys on the show tonight. So let's just dive in, because we got a lot of things to do this evening. So we're going to dive in with some updates on some things that may be going on in the city and the school district. So I'm going to start with Miss Elnora Gavin. Can you come on and let us know what's going on?
Thank you. Thank you, Miss G. It is a pleasure to be here this evening. So I would say that there was a school board meeting last week, I believe, last
Mhm.
week. And it was interesting. There were some board members that were not able to make it. And I was present, and Trustee Doyle got there a little late, and um Trustee, why am I forgetting his name? Bowens.
That's why.
Trustee Bowens was chairing the meeting, and it was just, it was kind of weird, I guess, for everybody, because we didn't have a quorum. And a quorum means, for those folks that don't know what a quorum is, that means that you have to have a certain number of people present in order for it to be considered a board meeting. And so we only had three trustees present, and so because of that, we were not able to move forward with the meeting. And so then he had to adjourn the meeting. But while he was adjourning, or right after he adjourned, maybe Trustee Doyle walked in, but he didn't call the meeting back to order. So we had enough members there present to have a meeting, but he didn't call the meeting back to order. I'm no lawyer, I don't know um if it would have been against the law for him to go ahead and just call the meeting to order, since all four of us was present. To
Mm.
me, it seems like you should be able to do that. Everybody was there, all the staff was there. But anyway, he ended up having something that he called a forum. So I took my seat in the audience, and I asked Dr. Butts if we could go ahead and have the meeting. Looked like he went up and asked Trustee Bowens, but Trustee Bowens didn't have that, didn't call the meeting to order. So there was a presentation by Upward Bound. They talked about the programs that are available through Upward Bounds. I believe it's a really good program for helping students who are interested in going to college and learning about those different opportunities. And there was also a presentation from a security company. I was very interested in that presentation. It looked like they were wanting to upgrade the cameras and upgrade a lot of the security features. And I know the ticket was somewhere, near $1 million. I know that we got all of these new cameras installed when Herrera was here back in 2019. And so I am curious. I'm curious in terms of how the public, how people feel about us upgrading our system. Do they feel like, you know, we that's not something that we need to do? We maybe we don't need to spend that type of money on security, or maybe they feel that we do need to spend that money on these high tech security features. I personally think that we need to invest in our people and making sure that our people are properly trained, making sure that we have proper coverage in the building, making sure that those folks know how to interact with the students in a manner that will let them know that they're paying attention, right? I think that, and this is no criticism to anybody that's working in the district, but just I don't know if y'all saw that. It's like an old movie. What was that movie with Patrick Swayze? Um, Anybody
Dirty
remember?
Dancing? Was it Dirty Dance?
Not that movie. It was a movie with Patrick Swayze in which he was a bouncer, and he worked at a nightclub, and everybody that worked on that security team, their responsibility was to work the room. They had to constantly be moving. They had to be like kind of interacting in a very professional way, kind to the customers, but making sure that they knew we're present, we're watching, we don't play. And so I guess for me, I'm just wondering, do folks are folks interested in that type of security training? What is that called? De-escalation. Just really making sure that we have folks who are trained in de-escalation tactics and making sure that our students are moving along, if that makes sense. So that was one of the things. There was a board meeting yesterday. They did call that to make up for the other meeting, and I was not able to attend that meeting. So unfortunately, I cannot give updates on that. So I apologize. I don't have those updates, but there will be a regular meeting on, I believe it is the 8th, and folks can tune into that one. I'll definitely be there, um, God willing. I
Eight.
would say there's some good news in terms of we were fighting for mental health funding. If you all recall, there was about 300, we were $300 million short on mental health funding in the state budget, and we've been fighting for that to get that back. We were able to get I think the state was funding 25 million in mental health funds. So that's a far cry from 300 million. So
Mhm.
we were fighting to get some, to get funds budgeted for that, and we got 150 million. So I
Woo!
would say, we didn't get the 300, right?
Hey, we
But
got something. Hey, we got more than $1.
yeah, so 150 is a whole lot better than 25, and I think that that can make a major difference in the lives of our youth.
Yep.
Um, so that's definitely a plus. Those are pretty much my updates. I would also say that I did contact the city council. I contacted our city clerk, Tiffany, and
Mhm.
she told me that ballots are being mailed out this week. So so people should be looking for ballots between this week and next week, meaning you can start voting. You can literally go up to City Hall and vote. I asked her if you're able to fill out your ballot and put it in your mailbox. She said yes. You could do that. You can drop the ballot in the mailbox at City Hall as well. You can go up there and and fill out your absentee ballot. And if you're not getting the absentee ballot, you can request one. So this is voting season is in right now. So this is a great opportunity for folks to flex their voting power.
All right, good deal. Get out
Yeah.
and vote. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. Go ahead.
There was a question about that picture, and I hate to bring up bad news, but there was a question about the picture um with
Which picture?
the student that had the gun.
Oh,
Um and the last time I spoke, I said that Dr. Bus would do a video explaining that. I did follow up with him because he said that he was going to do a video that next day explaining it. But then he said that he was advised not to do the video and that he would do a written post
did he say who
explaining that.
advised you?
It might have been, that's a good question. I can only guess the attorney, but I would have to go back and look at the message to double check that.
Mhm.
I can see, I can check real quick if y'all have just a couple of seconds.
Mhm. I gotta get off camera
We're
just
going
one.
to do
But
now to
go.
explain. Good morning. I will check into this prior. It was advised. He just said it was advised
Oh, he didn't say by
that
who.
I put out a follow-up statement. So he said he would ensure to have one sent out by, that was 3 days ago. So I'll check. Let me look at, and he said it would be on social media as well as on the website. So I can look right now to see if he put anything on social media to
Mhm.
explain that.
I hope he did.
And I don't see,
Have you have did he send it anything to the board?
no, he did. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Martin Luther King Junior Elementary. I don't see anything.
So he
Okay.
didn't put it on
So
there.
yeah, I don't see anything. Now, if he addressed it yesterday at the board meeting,
But that's
I
not what he said he was gonna do.
you're correct. You're correct. I can't, yeah, you're correct. You're correct. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So just in just in being full transparent, being transparent,
Mhm.
I know there was a question as to whether or not the picture was real. The picture's real, right?
Yeah,
As far as we know, the picture is real. I haven't heard, anything in terms of the update that it is not real. I do want to give Dr. Butts an opportunity to speak officially. Um, but what I would say is that we have a responsibility to treat it seriously. We have a responsibility to have all hands on deck, to take our schools back, to sign up to volunteer and be there for our children, and to make sure that we take it seriously.
right,
I'll say that. I would love to I've given him an opportunity to explain that, right? I've given the board an opportunity to explain that. I was not at the board meeting yesterday, so I can't say whether or not they addressed this. So I'm going to wait and review the video before I just say anything.
right,
But I'm saying right now, I'm giving them an opportunity to say what they want to say officially. And if there is no official response by the time we meet again next week, I'm going to tell what I know. Um, because y'all have a right to know.
right.
I'll say it
I
like that.
appreciate that. I appreciate you and your transparency on that. And I too, I had gotten calls just recently from parents and saying that that picture was real, that they even know who took the picture,
Mm,
and know the boys.
mm,
So yeah, I just want to confirm that what you said, that yeah, that they said that the picture is real. So I don't know, but if they should have addressed this way before now. I'm sorry, this should have been addressed right after it happened. And it's just uncalled for them not to have done that. And now to me, it's like, what you waiting on? What you trying to put together? What you trying, what are you trying to, like what y'all trying to glue the piece together and glue together to give to the community?
Yeah.
The people in the community already know a lot of what already happened that is true, that some of y'all said wasn't, so what's really going on?
Yeah, I think sometimes, I think a lot of times what happens is there's this level of shame and embarrassment, and oh, we don't, people in certain positions, they don't want to tell what's really going on. But here's the thing, this is a small town. This is a small town. The best thing you can do in a small town is tell the truth. That's the best thing you can do. Tell the truth, because it's going to get out one way or another anyway, and it's going to be mixed up. So you may as well just put the truth out immediately, and make sure that you get your folks involved, because this is where the adults are supposed to step in. We can say what we want to say about these kids, but they are kids.
Mm-hmm.
They're our children. This is our community. And so this is where we're supposed to step in and do what we need to do to help the staff and to help the school and to help our community. That's what
Right.
we're supposed to do. That's what Ben Harbor is about.
Right. And it's hard for us and parents in the community to step in when we don't know what's happening. When
That-
you all are being secretive about what is actually going on. It's like, so what are we supposed to do? We got to see and hear what's happening first. What's going on? Let us in. Talk to us. We all can come to the solutions together. But to be avoiding the obvious, avoiding what's going on, nothing's gonna come transpire in the right way.
exactly. But
You know?
that's old school politics. Lie to the people, cover it up, come up with some flowery words, make everybody think everything is okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
not working. It's not
No.
working for our community. So, yeah, it's time for us to just be honest.
Yeah.
Um, and the truth is the only thing that's going to set us free. Period. I see Eddie Swanigan said Roadhouse. Thank you. That was the name.
Roadhouse.
That was the name of the movie. Yes,
I was looking for it, but he got my back. Thank you, Eddie.
it was Roadhouse. And Tiana said he
'Cause
manipulated the truth. Well, I
yeah,
mean, if you ain't tell if you didn't tell the truth, then yeah, you definitely manipulated it. There's definitely some
yeah.
issue.
I mean, if it's not the truth, it's a lie. So
Yeah.
it's either or, you know. So yeah, okay. Well, thank you for those updates. We appreciate it. We're gonna have more later. Shaquille says the students that was involved in the fight, how do we connect with them and help them?
That is a great
Question, yes. Go
that
ahead.
is a great question. How does the community, all I can say is, because students specifically have their privacy protected, unless that, like, if there's a case, let's say if the student was up for expulsion, it will be up to the parent to decide whether or not that expulsion hearing was public and people could know who it was. If that's not the case, the only way that you would even know who was involved is if you are, volunteering and working with the school, you've been cleared and you're working with the school, or B, just from being in Ben Harbor and these are your people, right? And you connect with them personally. So that is the only way. Unfortunately, as far as I know, we cannot give those students names or anything like that unless their parents said that they can be named. But that's a great question.
Mhm.
We need, especially our men, you know, we definitely need our men to be involved and to be connecting with our youth. But what I would say is this, Shaquille, um, even if you can't connect with the ones who were fighting, you can volunteer. If you have, knowing you, you probably already filled out the application, but
He
you
probably
can
got a stack of them in his home
you can
to
volunteer and
give
get it
off.
proactively and maybe prevent some future fights, right? Prevent some other issues. I believe, I thought I remember you sharing a certificate of you being, what is it called? Like a mental health support specialist or something like that. Is needed. Is needed.
I would also say too, yeah, that was a great question, Shaquille, and thank you, Elnora, for answering that for him. I would also say too, even though we can't say the names of the kids, or the children that were fighting or what have you, somebody knows who it is. Somebody knows somebody. And Shaquille, if you know, maybe know some parents of other students,
Mm.
that you may be able to talk to, and then maybe talk to them that way, maybe that's a way that we could connect with them. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of parents and a lot of students and everything. So maybe connecting with some of the parents or people that know what's going on and know them and connect with them that way, opposed to, because like she said, we can't just put their names out there or anything like that without their consent. So maybe that is a way for anybody, not just you, Shaquille, anybody that may know these parents of the children, and want to get involved and try to find a solution.
Absolutely. And I see Tiana said that she can help register. I would think she's talking about helping to register folks to vote.
Vote.
And so yes, thank you for that. We definitely need to be doing that, and we can. And I guess that brings us to, it's probably time for us to, I'm gonna turn it over to you so that we can go ahead and get started with our power voting conversation that'll be done in the private Zoom.
Right.
Uh,
Let me
so
give me a
yeah.
couple minutes. I just want to put this out there to the people, as far as we do have a citizens review board, and I would like people to really get this talking, really start talking about it. It was started a few years ago, but for some reason, the city and the police department don't want it to be um, implemented, don't want it to thrive, don't want it to be active, I guess I should say active, because we've tried in Commissioner Kennard, we're trying to get answers. I had the applications, they have the applications, but the Citizens Review Board is not active, and we need it to be active, and we need people to volunteer, because this is going to help with not just eyes of the police department and the city on certain complaints and issues. This is going to be the community having a team to meet with the commissioners and meet with the police officers to find out what these complaints are, how it can be resolved. Okay, but right now that's not in effect. And all only people that know about, and I know right now I've gotten, within the last couple of months, I've gotten at least 5 or 6 complaints on some things that's happened in the city. And nobody's eyes are on these complaints except the police department. Okay. We need to come together as a community, and we need to get people involved and get people on this board, on this committee. So if you have questions about it, you can contact me and we can talk about it, but we really need to push it as a community so it can be fair and above board on everything that's going on, because everybody know Benton Harbor Police Department, you know, it's a lot going on that we don't even know about. So again, I just wanted to say that. So yeah, so anybody have any questions on that? Let me know and we can talk about it. Um, And Bob, I'm tired. I know a few who I do home visits. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about. Okay. So we're going to get off live because we got to go into our private Zoom. And anybody that has that link to the private Zoom can join us. So thank you all in the audience. Thank you for your being on with us tonight. Thank you for your comments. We love you guys. We'll be back next week. If you, in the comments are still can be rolling in, so we're gonna continue to watch the comments as they come in, even after we get off live, because you guys can still go on Facebook and comment on this video because it will still be on the timeline. So thanks again for everybody tuning in. We love you. We'll be back next week. And if you have the link to the private Zoom that we're about to go into to talk about some deeper things, please join us. We'd love to have you. All right, take care, be blessed. Remember to keep God first, and we will see you next time.